let's talk about the Bears so
Nobody
you can
told me
mute,
when.
so you can mute and go get some more.
You could waterfall with that larceny if you wanted to.
All right, so let's kick it off with the Bears here.
The Bears.
Brand new head coach, new offensive coordinator, brought in a bunch of new weapons. We think this offense is going to take a tick up because it was absolutely terrible last year.
It would be really hard not to. So
yeah, 32nd for quarterbacks, 31st for receivers, 19th for tight ends. The only thing that was okay was running back at 9th in points per game. So what do you think Trubisky's going to do? Is he going to jump up from his last in the league ranking at quarterback?
Oh, yeah, he'll be a streamer, I think. I think he gets enough volume for that. I still think that the running game is going to be a big-ish part of this, but he'll definitely jump up.
I think he's not a high end. I think he's going to be, he's one of my favorite streamers. I've been talking about him, I think, almost all offseason because he's one of my main dynasty buys. I think the offense becomes a lot more balanced. You're going to see a lot more usage in guys like Cohen, Robinson, Miller, Burton, guys like that, which means great things for Trubisky. As long as he takes that step up, because he's still a little bit on the unknown. Only 12 starts at college and 12 starts last year.
Yeah, and you don't really have a deep track record on Nagy or Helfrich in the NFL.
Yeah,
so you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt, but expect that with what the Chiefs did with Nagy coming out of Andy Reid's tutelage, that it's going to be better, but just temper that expectation. He's not going to jump up and be like a top 7 quarterback.
Don't expect, the Rams. A lot of people want to paint the Bears as the next Rams. Just don't expect Trubisky to take that leap like Goff did, and even Goff struggled against better opponents last year, which Trubisky's going to face too.
And when you look at Goff's overall numbers, I think that's probably fair, but I mean,
yeah,
he was 3,800 yards and 28 touchdowns. I'd have to look.
Yeah, if he gets anywhere even close to that, that'd be a probably pretty successful sophomore campaign for him.
Definitely.
I have him as 20th in my rankings, so he's kind of if in Superflex, I'd love to have him as a back-end QB2. In single quarterback, he might be if quarterbacks kind of go as a run, I might grab him as a second streaming candidate.
I've got him at 18 right now.
So
he's my 23, and that's just because of the streamer depth this year.
All right. Pat, did you mute us, or do you got some opinions on Trubisky?
No, I'm still here. I've got him as a back-end QB2, kind of that 20-22 range. A lot of questions on the offense, a lot of new weapons. So it'll be interesting to see how everybody meshes together and what Trubisky is able to do, or if he's able to take that step forward like everyone thinks he can.
Yeah, the potential's amazing, but it may be a better second half thing than first half.
Might be a slow start for them. Might be.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the running game. Jordan Howard and Tarik Cohen. What do you guys think about them?
I don't know how Jordan Howard continues to be so undervalued.
302 ADP. Yeah.
2,000-yard seasons, over 4.1 yards a carry on a terrible passing team with moderate receiving work. You had the offensive line that was beat up last year. Long missed time, sitting missed time. Whitehair was playing out of position. They went off and did a little bit to solidify that. He had very poor coaching last season. Game scripts weren't great. He still managed to be 4th in breakaway, 14th in breakaway rate, 14th in evaded tackles, 10th in yards created. He did bump his catch rate up about 20% last season, and he's apparently been working on it even more this offseason. I don't know how much volume he gets with Cohen there, who will move around and bounce around. And then the annoying little pest in Benny Cunningham that's there again also. But, reasonable. So I think that tempers a little bit, but I still think he's a lock for, probably over 1,100 yards of rushing and 20 to 30 receptions.
Yeah, he's my running back 13, so I agree with you.
I'm at 11.
I'm going to move him up. I have him at 15, and I just, I see him behind Kareem Hunt and CMC. He'll go in between those two.
All right. Pat, any thoughts on Jordan Howard?
I actually just sold my last shares of Howard and Cohen today in one of my dynasty leagues. I'm not sold on I've reaped the benefits of the back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Luckily I was able to handcuff with Cohen and take advantage of the receiving there. But with Nagy coming out and saying it's kind of dependent on game flow and game script, and they like Cohen, I had to try to sell while I still could, and I'm kind of down. I'm more down on Howard and Cohen than you guys are. I've got them I've got Howard around the 15, 16 range as far as running backs.
That's right
Okay.
where we're about. Cohen's a little like his ADP right now is 607.
Excuse
He's
me?
a little high.
607. ADP is 607.
Nope.
I saw that. I'm like, how the he's an 8th, 9th round. It would be a good spot to take him.
Don't get me wrong, love him in best ball, but week in, week out,
That I saw.
I don't
that
know
on-
that you can trust that. I don't know that you can trust the receiving volume to be there. You hope it is. I mean, Cohen's a guy that if you give him Duke Johnson levels of receiving work, then you're fantastic. I just don't know that he gets Duke Johnson levels of receiving work.
And right now he's 609 after just checking it.
Yeah, he's higher than Duke Johnson. That's
I
nuts.
I mean, I like
I'm sorry,
him
what?
to. Yeah, he's 609 in ADP right now.
Higher than Duke Johnson.
Higher than
Johnson's
Duke
in the 8th
Johnson.
round.
He should be probably late 8th, early 9th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about where I was expecting him to be. 6th round is insane.
Yeah.
That's
Unless it's he might be one of those handcuff pluses if you get Howard early and you want to double down and you think the Bears offense might blow up this year, then
That's a
grab-
risk.
I don't
grab
even.
Cohen, but
Yeah.
I'm not banking on Cohen being even a flex play.
I think
I don't even know that he's a cuff because of his size. I don't know that if Howard gets hurt that he's it. I think that his work goes up, but I think that you're going to see another kind of bigger back take the running work.
Ryan Nall.
Ryan Nall.
Yeah, it's
Nick just wanted you to say his name.
I did. But yeah, I mean, I think Cohen goes up
He's
to
the only other
probably.
one there.
He is,
Yeah, I think Cohen goes up to probably McCaffrey level touches if Howard goes down, but they're still going to be a between the tackles
Okay, I
guy.
see.
So
Yeah.
he'll go up to 200 ish.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
I just don't see Cohen as that. I had him as my 48th ranked running back, and I'm like,
He's my 36, and I'm like, I feel like I'm pretty high. Like I love Cohen this year. Then I saw his ADP. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to own Cohen? Like I think it's because people go wide receiver heavy, and then they see Cohen, they see flex potential plus, which is what he is right now. But
I got him at 35 right behind Duke Johnson and Chris Thompson.
I'd much rather have both those guys.
I would
Yeah, same here.
too, but I mean, and he'll come down a little bit also because I've also got him in front of guys like Kerryon Johnson, who I like a lot more than where I initially put him. Aaron Jones.
they say Jones, Mack, Kroll, Burkhead.
He'll probably just taking a quick look at this. He'll end up high 40s for me.
Yeah, I think I might bump him up slightly, but yeah, definitely not into the 6th round.
I think I have him in the perfect spot. So
Yeah,
the fact that
and I can say for certain, people who owned Cohen last year, he was a headache. Live Studio On is never going to own Cohen again.
thanks,
No,
thanks Jeff Fisher. I mean,
she loves him, but she was very frustrated trying to figure out when to start him and when to sit him. She would sit him and he'd go off. She'd start him and he'd do nothing, and then she'd start him and guess right and
who's the
sit him
fucking
again.
coach? John Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
You said Jeff Fisher.
I said Jeff Fisher. It's same fucking difference because they don't know how to use their weapons.
Old conservative coaches who don't know how to make
I think
offenses.
the only things live studio audience won't own again are Jimmy Graham and Dan Bailey
I was gonna say, Dan Bailey will be in there.
and Blair Walsh.
All right. Anything else on the
We
running
don't
game?
talk that kind here.
No.
All right. Let's hit up this receiving game. Big name for sure, Allen Robinson. I just want to put a big star on him. Where do you guys have him in your rankings? Because he is far and away the only proven piece on this offense.
13th.
Yeah, he's going to be
I
a
love him this year.
120 target guy, I think.
He averaged 15 and 16, 151 targets
Yeah,
each year.
but
I don't know that he gets Bortles volume.
Hill
I
had
think he could.
Hill had 120 last year. You still got Anthony Miller. You still got the two tight ends to support plus Tarik Cohen. 120, 130, probably. He's my 9.
He's your 9?
He'll come down.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I've got him as my 13 as well.
He's my and like he's going. His ADP
You
is
say that
407.
like I'm 17 positions
I was
ahead
gonna
of you
say.
instead of just 4.
Well, there's a few names I have in my top 10 that it's just like I could
It's not all about you, Nick.
I could not put Robinson ahead of them. So
I love Robinson.
It's not
this
all
year.
about you, Nick. The only person he's ahead of that I'm like, ooh, why did I do that was Julio, and that was a consistency thing.
Well, who is my 6?
what about Baldwin or Evans?
Evans is 8,
Okay.
and I've got Baldwin somewhere.
So definitely taking both of those guys. Definitely taking Baldwin and Evans
Fifth.
over Robinson.
Yeah,
Right.
same here.
Right with Landry at 15. I own Baldwin, so I know that with the offensive line, I know that last year he wasn't consistent. I'm a guy that values consistency a decent amount.
Okay. Anything else on Robinson? Pat, you got any feedback on him?
So I've got him at wide receiver 17 in Dynasty and a little bit lower in redraft just because of the uncertainty coming off the knee injury, new quarterback, new system, wide receivers, first year with a new team don't generally produce all that well. So I'm not as high on him as some other people might be, but he's definitely an upgrade over anybody that Chicago's had in the last few years. So they'll feed him the ball. It's just what he does with it after that is kind of up in the air.
Yeah. Then his catch rate's a little bit of concern. 53%, I think, 2 years ago, then 48.3%, or 53% in 15, and then 48.3 in 17 or 16. Excuse me.
Yeah, I've got Robinson's kind of in that Jeffrey, Diggs, that kind of tier for me. So it's a bunch of guys who I like, but I do have slight concerns.
I'm buying into the Bears offense, which is why he's as high as he is.
All right. Well, if you're buying into the offense, what do you think of Anthony Miller?
He's my 61.
Me too.
That's gone down. That's gone up actually because I tend to move people around while I'm doing these notes here. It's just in terms of volume, I don't know if he's going to get enough volume year one. He's coming out of the slot, which I like, but you bring in Burton, Gabriel, Cohen, Howard, all figure to be involved in the passing game too. So it's hard to know from a rookie receiver if he's going to get enough volume to be supported as a week in, week out, fantasy option.
Do you have his ADP?
1306. So
sounds
bench
about right.
stash,
Sounds
where he should be.
Yeah. And you just don't know. I think he gets more volume than Gabriel, but they do have the two tight ends. So, and you don't know how much Trubisky's actually going to huck it.
And something named Kevin White. Well, they keep talking about it.
Yeah.
What was the note on him today? He's showing passion.
Passion.
He's like he's about to go try out for porn or something.
Real enthusiasm for the job.
Yeah.
Shows passion now after 4 years.
Until he breaks himself again.
Yeah, in 3 games.
Hey, he's getting the Devontae Parker treatment.
Yep.
All right. Anything on Gabriel or White before we wrap up wide receiver?
No, we just talked about White and Gabriel. Meh.
Yeah, we tried that last year.
There's not enough targets to go around.
Yeah, just a big resounding meh. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Meh. Trey Burton?
Meh.
It's my
Plus?
10. He's my med plus.
I don't
like his ADP.
I don't like his ADP, which
What
is
is
why
his
I don't
ADP?
like him.
7-11.
So he's going 4 picks after Rudolph?
People like him. I like Trey Burton. I don't like the value for him though.
No.
I thought maybe he'd go double digit rounds because new offense. Shaheen.
No, people are pumping him up, and people
Yeah.
forget Adam Shaheen exists and is a better blocker and plenty adequate pass catcher, and he's freaking huge down in the red zone.
Yeah, we're hyping up a player who's had 6 career touchdowns.
And had 31 receptions last year.
Yep.
I mean, they're going to eat into each other, and it's too much to where I think Trey Burton's going to be a top 10 tight end. He's 14 for me.
Yeah. So this pairing is Pittsburgh plus. So it's 2 guys who are going to eat into each other. They're both more talented than the guys out in Pittsburgh, respectively, but they're going to hurt each other, and it's going to make them painful.
I still think Burton's going to get enough usage. I mean, they paid him, his contract. He's going to be used. Like, they're not just going to put him off to the side. I think Shaheen's going to be a red zone threat. I think he's going to cut into his touchdown numbers. I think Burton could be more of a Jack Doyle in terms of you could see a fair amount of receptions
I
and
don't even
yards.
think he gets the volume to be Jack Doyle.
Yeah, Doyle had 110 targets last year.
In that role, I'm not saying he's going to be Jack Doyle.
He might be
He has
George
a
Kittle.
chance. or George Kittle.
Yeah, he's my 9. So
It's
Kittle?
just who else is
Or
going to be?
Burton?
no, Burton.
Burton's my 10.
He's my 14. I don't like the ADP. I don't like how
I
high
hate
you'd
the
have to
ADP.
go to get him. And I don't like as of right now anyway, I don't like the fact that he's there with Shaheen.
You don't think he could be, Travis Kelce had 120 targets last year. And Matt Nagy. I know that Burton's not Kelce, but Burton could be what they want in what they want to have, like he had, in Kelce in Kansas City.
So
he could get 95 targets, 90 targets.
Yeah, Burton's not Kelce. They have a better true number 1 receiver in terms of a prototypical guy in Allen Robinson versus what they had in Kansas City.
They actually have a second wide receiver.
They actually have a second wide receiver.
They have
Cohen is going to be the Hill replacement.
They have a third wide receiver.
It's
They
just a question.
had a ton of draft capital and a ton of talent, but can't stay healthy.
And then you have Adam Shaheen, who's better than any second receiver tight end they had in Kansas City. So the long answer, no.
You mean to tell me Adam Shaheen's better than Niles Paul?
I was gonna say,
Is that
Demetrius
who's in
Harris.
Kansas City? I don't remember.
That's who it
Demetrius
was.
Harris.
Demetrius Harris
Yeah.
and Niles Paul.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah,
we're
I thought
both
Niles
there.
Paul
Forget
was
about
in
Niles
Washington.
Paul.
He is now. He is now.
All right. Anything you want to go on Burton there, Pat?
They're paying him tight end 1 money, so he better produce like a tight end 1. I've
He
got
ain't
him at
gonna.
10 overall. I mean, getting $32 million over 4 years, so they brought him in for a reason. I can't imagine they're going to just run a bunch of two tight end sets and not throw him the ball. So I expect him, Chicago to get him involved and try to get a little return on that investment.
I can actually see, a fair amount of 2 tight end sets
No, I think
from
that-
them too.
I
With
think he's
Miller
gonna
and
be heavily
Robinson
involved.
outside.
I have him ranked as a tight end 1. It's just
I know we all do.
I don't.
No, I don't.
I see.
Well, 2 of us do. 3 of us do. Excuse me.
I see him as an 80 to 85 target guy, not 110 target guy, and that's a big difference.
Well, no, yeah, I agree there.
All right. What do we think the Bears are going to finish at?
I put 9 and 7. I've been saying dark horse team all year. I'm sticking to it.
I want to believe you,
But I don't think 9-7 gets it done as a wild card in
But-
the NFC.
No.
Yeah.
It won't.
No, I think you're probably right on that.
I threw him down at 8 and 8. I think it's most. I still think there's growing pains with the offense. I think the defense is going to be very, very good.
I do think the defense will be very, very good.
What about you, Pat?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I put him at 6 and 10. Just too many questions around the offense. Maybe 2019 is the year of the Bears. Give everybody a year to gel together and another year for Trubisky to develop. And I think we're looking at a completely different team in 2019 versus 2018.
When Rodgers leaves somehow because they push him out and the Green Bay's the worst team there.
I have significantly more confidence in how I'll project this team next year. I just need to see this team for a year.
Agreed.
But yeah, going into 18, I got a lot of questions.